All right, greetings. So I was doing some prospecting and I decided to stop and document this and share my process or share my thoughts around prospecting. So I'm going to make another video at another time about being a number two person, the benefits of being a number two person, not necessarily the exact number two person in your company, but I'm going to make another video about why you should consider working for a smaller company, especially in tech, and then why you could benefit from being a number two person that thought about being a number two person. Because when you're an entrepreneur, when you're a business owner, you are the number one person. It's all on you, and that can be challenging at times. So there's nothing wrong with aligning yourself with someone if it fits, if it's the right fit. And thank God I have the right fit in my situation. I'm aligned with someone who I believe in, a great entrepreneur who has um, more motion than I do, who has more clarity and has more momentum than I do. So, as an entrepreneur, it's okay to humble yourself and to be wise in a lot of ways, especially if you have a family, you have things to do. Your employer could be your best investor for your business. Okay, so never give up on your dream, but it can take a lot off your plate to have a steady income coming in, and you have the opportunity to learn while you earn, of course, and put some of the things that you learn as an entrepreneur, you can put them to the test on someone else's dime, or you know on their time, right? And so I play a hybrid role in my company, on the technical side, on the technical side, managed service provider, systems administrator. So, well, I won't go into details on that. So, managed service provider, and we are the jack of all trades when it comes to IT. Some companies will have their own in-house IT, and then of course you have managed service providers like I work for. They're not all created different. Everyone has their strong points, some and their areas of focus. Our company, we pretty much there's pretty much nothing that we won't do, can't do, or at least build have that resource and make that connection for our customers, right? So with that in mind, I have the opportunity, being that I am in my territory, I am the only one. We're new to my territory, so I have the opportunity to drum up business. And I'm learning, being at IT for the short amount of time that I have starting to notice the patterns. Right now, we're coming out of that project work season, which can get very chaotic and very hectic. And the companies, the clients are set up, their systems are running, their technology is running. So the nature of IT is that's the season. Sometimes you have that project work. You're setting up new clients, provisioning new hardware and new facilities, and then once everything gets settled, you have that season to where it's a lot less chaotic, and it can be downright just kind of slow, right? And if you have that ambition, if you have the opportunity to do so, when it is slow, you have the opportunity to drum up to do those activities, that those sales and income generating activities. And so that's what I have blocked off for this time, for today. That's what I'm doing. Prospecting, right? San Antonio is is a bustling, vibrant city with lots of activity and on the construction side. So my thoughts around prospecting, because I do go to meetups and events and try to align myself with my industry, or something that makes sense with the products that we offer, the services that we offer, which pretty much is everything in technology. But of course, you can't just go out there and say, I'll sell you anything. The way to get in with clients and to generate business is to offer a focused offering, one thing to get in the door, and then you can offer a host of other services, right? So, In our case, security cameras is something that we is kind of a low hanging fruit to get in with companies. Um, and in again in San Antonio, being that it's new construction, surveillance company or surveillance cameras for the actual construction process. That's a product, and then you have the surveillance cameras and the wiring for that once they're complete. So there's a number of ways you can make your way into doing business. And with security cameras and San Antonio being a vibrant construction company, that's what I'm targeting. And I'm looking for some data, right? I need some data. San Antonio has very good data, and cool thing about this is, and another thought while it's on my mind is the cool thing about new construction now is that the technology is being integrated into the construction process like never before. There was a time when electricians would come in, they would put the plugs in to where they thought it made the most sense, not really keeping in mind the business needs and the operations. And so nowadays, that's becoming it's becoming more intentional with the integration of technology, and technology is always expanding. Devices, connectivity in medical offices, and for example, it's becoming more it's becoming more commonplace for the technology to be integrated into the actual design and into the actual infrastructure of the building, to where the plugs, the ports, the wiring, everything is intentional and designed. It's not an afterthought to where we have to adjust where we put the machines because the plug is here. No, none, or the USB port is over here. None of that. It's becoming more to where it's intentional and integrated into the service. So that's an opportunity for anyone in IT. And again, if you are this particular product, this particular lane that we are heavy in with security cameras, that's a that's just a thought around that. So I'm targeting again new construction, because new construction they're going to need cameras for surveillance of the actual site, and then once the building is up. So San Antonio has good data. Let me go back. Open. So I know this is probably different for different cities, but as it pertains to San Antonio, data.sanantonio.gov, open data, and I'm going to get some information about who's doing construction. So building permits. I want to look at the app. No, I want to look at the permits issued, and I want to see permit type. I want to see commercial new building permit. And then I'm going to toggle this so that the newest ones come up first. Alrighty. So now I got some good information. I see. And so me, I'll take it a step further. I'm gonna. Well, let me look over here. You got primary contact. A lot of these will have good actual names, and then you got to put your skip tracing skills to the test to use. And when skip tracing is basically just finding a phone number or an email, which I'll show you that in just a second. But I'm curious to see what this is about. So this permit was submitted in August 8th, and you see it took over a month for. So you see that's typical. Looks like for the submission, and then the issue date takes over a month. This one took over 2 months. So I'm curious to see. It says SeaWorld. I'm just being nosy, just seeing what's going on. If it actually showed me, there's a lot of value in doing. This is what I call working on the business, And this is the type of peace of mind that I can perform this type of activity. I'm getting paid. This is part of my job, but then I also have, again, the opportunity with the thought in mind that I'm not putting a cap on my salary. If I drum up the right business, that's going to result in monthly recurring revenue that I don't have to put my hours in for. So that doesn't limit my income. So that's feeding into the entrepreneur in me, the business owner in me, the one who wants residual income, the one who wants to make money while I sleep. So we see this here. This was from January. Okay, so issue commercial number building number 2. So it looks like it started. So they issued in phases. So this is from January. So I'm pretty sure it's done now. Or at least, well, that's for building ones. Or that's this building one looks like maybe. Hell, I don't know. I spent a lot of time over here. I remember when this building was first put up, and they're still there. A client from mine from back when I did delivery, they moved from their old office into this office, so they were the first one to occupy that, and they're actually still there. Art and Technology Dental. Shout out to them. Beautiful people. And yeah, this wasn't there, of course, at that time, and now it is. But anyway, I can see, so I can go over here. I got some information I can work with. And I could be more precise in targeting and who. Maybe I can find somebody on LinkedIn and just it's a long game. You're playing the long game when it comes to attending networking events, when it comes to cold calling, when it comes to emailing. But it's the activities that you're doing that you can control, what it looks like to do some prospecting, do some digging. So this is just one thought, going looking at city permits, looking at data, thinking about the data, think about the process of commerce, really just think about the process of business, how business um, is conducted. So in this case, from construction, nothing happens without permits, and that is always going to be public information. Construction is happening, more construction is on the horizon. Let me be proactive and see who is submitting the permits, and then so I can possibly position myself to be a early vendor or early point of contact when it comes to offering my services to them. That's all I got for you. Peace and blessings.